Big news has just landed for millions of pensioners across the United Kingdom. If you or your loved ones rely on the state pension or other Department for Work and Pension support, you'll want to pay close attention. The latest announcements affect not just how much money you'll be getting, but also when you'll get it, how eligibility rules are changing, and even what the government is planning for the future of pensions as we move into 2026 and beyond. Today's update touches on the triple lock, the winter fuel payment, tax implications, and the next state pension age review. Right now, every pensioner in the UK is feeling the impact of rising costs of living, from food to fuel to household bills. Naturally, the question is always the same. Will state pensions and benefits rise enough to keep up? The government has confirmed that as of April 2025, the state pension rose by 4.1% under the triple lock system. This means the full new state pension is now £230.25 per week, up from £221.20, while the basic old state pension increased to £176.45 per week. Although welcome news, many pensioners question whether this really keeps pace with inflation, since supermarket prices and energy bills often rise faster than the official figures. This 2025 increase was triggered by earnings growth, one of the three parts of the triple lock. Already, forecasts suggest that in April 2026 pensions could rise by about 4.7%, though this is not confirmed and will depend on final wage growth and inflation data later in the year. However, by 2027, many pensioners with only the state pension may face paying income tax for the first time. If the personal allowance threshold remains frozen, pension increases may push retirees into taxable income, effectively giving with one hand but taking away with the other. Campaigners are warning that hundreds of thousands of retirees could be affected. The Department for Work and Pensions has also made a major announcement about the state pension age. Currently set at 66 for both men and women, it will gradually increase to 67 between April 2026 and March 2028. That means those born after certain dates will need to wait longer before claiming their pension. In addition, the government has launched a third state pension age review to decide whether further increases are necessary. There is speculation it could eventually rise to 68 in the 2030s, though no final decision has been made yet. Another key issue is the winter fuel payment, which supports older households with heating costs. After criticism of last year's cutbacks, the government has restored broader eligibility for winter 2025 to 26. However, pensioners with a taxable income over £35,000 who are not receiving pension credit or other qualifying benefits may have to repay the winter fuel payment through the tax system. This clawback has caused mixed reactions. Relief that the payment wasn't scrapped, but frustration over the fairness of taxing back what was once a universal benefit. All of these changes tie into the broader question of how sustainable the UK pension system is under the triple lock guarantee. This rule commits the government to raising pensions each year by the highest of inflation, earnings, or 2.5%. While popular, it is costly. Every time inflation or wages spike, pension spending surges, funded by younger taxpayers. This raises ongoing debates about whether the triple lock can survive long term. For now, ministers have pledged to keep it in place for the next few years, so pensioners can rely on it in the near term. For individuals, what does this all mean? The 4.1% increase in April 2025 gives someone on the full new state pension about £9 extra per week, or £470 per year. If the forecasted 4.7% rise happens in April 2026, that could add another £11 per week. But if the tax threshold stays frozen, those gains may be offset by new tax obligations. Financial advisors are urging pensioners to review their full income picture, including private pensions, savings, and investments, to prepare for potential tax bills. Another critical factor is your national insurance record. The state pension amount depends on how many qualifying years you have. Many assume they'll automatically qualify for the full pension, but gaps in NI contributions can reduce entitlement. In some cases, voluntary contributions can be made to top up pensions, which could add thousands of pounds over retirement. The deadline for backfilling older NI gaps has been extended, so now is a good time to review your record online through the government's website. Charities such as Age UK continue to warn that many pensioners are not claiming pension credit. This benefit boosts income for those with lower pensions and also unlocks other entitlements such as winter fuel payments, free TV licenses for over 70s, and council tax reductions. It is estimated that hundreds of thousands of eligible pensioners are missing out simply because they haven't applied. The DWP is now running campaigns with adverts and letters to encourage take-up, as pension credit can make a huge difference to older households. So, where does this leave pensioners? On one hand, payments have risen under the triple lock, and many will receive winter fuel support. On the other, tax creep, pension age increases, and uncertainty over the triple lock's future create a need for vigilance and planning. The state pension remains the foundation of retirement income for millions, but it was never designed to be luxurious. Rising living costs mean that even with increases, many pensioners live close to the edge. Campaigners continue to push for additional targeted support, while the government balances this against budget pressures. As we move closer to 2026, all eyes will be on the next pension uprating decision and the outcome of the state pension age review. These will set the course for years to come. For future generations, this may mean working longer before claiming pensions. For current pensioners, the immediate priority is to ensure they are receiving every penny they're entitled to. Checking NI records, applying for pension credit if eligible, and watching out for potential tax liabilities. Even small amounts can add up significantly over time. To wrap up, the UK state pension is increasing, winter fuel payment rules are changing, the triple lock remains intact for now, the pension age is rising, and tax issues loom. Pensioners need to stay informed, claim what they're entitled to, and prepare for the future. We'll continue to track every announcement as it happens, breaking it down clearly so you don't miss out. Thank you for following along, and remember, staying informed is the best way to stay ahead in today's pension landscape.